They have thrown everything at you: witchcraft, envy, bad vibes, so much so that even the warlock they sent to harm you ended up feeling sorry for you. Yes, it has been that intense. Everything they have done to you, people from your own family, has blocked your paths. Love, money, opportunities. They don't want to see you grow. They want to see you broken, a failure, without strength. They have set traps for you, talked behind your back, and tried to make you feel worthless. But what they don't know is that you are still standing and you are about to beat them. No one knows everything you have been through. Sleepless nights with stifled tears, internal struggles that very few could endure. And the craziest part of it all is that the warlock they hired, instead of harming you, realized who you truly are. He saw your light, your clean energy, your strong soul, and he couldn't go through with the plan. He chose to betray those who sought him out rather than touch you, because you are not just anyone. You are protected, blessed, and although there are people who still wish to see you fall, you are not alone. They don't stop, but neither do you, and what you carry within you is more powerful than any evil. They have targeted your faith, your self-love, and your light. They wanted to see you broken, directionless, doubting yourself. But enough is enough. It's time to say, "This is it," and make them listen. Clearly, no one is going to take away what is yours. And the best part is that you won't have to seek revenge because life itself will teach them their lesson. Everything they tried to snatch from you will be returned by the universe. Not the same, but multiplied. Your moment is coming, your time to shine, your reward. And when it arrives, all those who underestimated you will be left speechless. Now is your time to close cycles, to push away all those who steal your energy, to cut ties with those who smile at you only to stab you in the back later. Because this time, heaven did not remain silent. This time, divine forces decided to intervene, and they did so in the most unexpected way. The very warlock who had been hired to destroy you ended up becoming your protector. With the same dirty money they gave him to harm you, he bought blessed herbs, candles, and copal and prepared a spiritual cleansing for you. He could no longer be a part of that dark game. His soul could not bear it. His conscience weighed on him because he felt he was messing with someone he shouldn't touch. And so, without anyone knowing, he began to work in silence to help you. What was planned as a trap became a blessing. What seemed like the end was the beginning of your rebirth. And just when you thought nothing could surprise you anymore, the truth began to come to light. 3 women who pretended to be on your side, who hugged you as if they loved you, who imitated everything you did, were unmasked. They were always jealous of you. They always looked at you with hidden rage. And while you shared your light, they wove darkness. They spoke ill of you when you weren't around, told lies, laughed at your pain, and even wished for you to lose everything. But what they don't know is that they are about to face something they never imagined. Because what you have is not just anything. You have a gift that cannot be copied, a protection that comes from heaven, a light that not even the strongest envy can extinguish. These women played with fire. They wanted to be you, dress like you, steal your ideas, take your place, and when they couldn't, they filled themselves with hatred. But what they didn't see coming is that Archangel Michael is already taking action, and when he lowers his sword, no evil can hide from judgment. It has already begun, and the energy they sent out is returning to them with force. Everything they said, everything they invented, everything they wished against you, now belongs to them. They will have 2 options. Either they change and accept that they can never be like you, or the universe will remove them from your path forever, and you don't need to do anything. Just watch. Because in the coming days you will notice clear signs. One by one, they will distance themselves, their masks will fall. You will see how they become isolated, how their plans fall apart, how their own words betray them. What they wished upon you is now reversed upon them. What they tried to take from you will be returned to you multiplied. The universe is closing circles, cleaning up your life, giving you back everything that belongs to you. And although deep down you always knew it, although your intuition warned you, although that discomfort when you were near them made you doubt, now there is no more doubt. Now everything is being revealed. God has already decided. No more lies, no more masks, no more betrayals disguised as affection. Whoever does not come with true love will leave your life. And not out of revenge, but because you are no longer here to carry the energy of others. This is your moment of liberation, of blossoming, of moving forward without fear. Prepare yourself, because the universe has already turned on the light that will illuminate your path. And whoever cannot stand your brightness, you will lose sight of, because what is coming is great, clean, and full of blessings, and you will be ready to receive it. It is time to cut all ties with them at the root, because if you let them stay close, they will continue to look for ways to hurt you. They will not stop. They will continue to manipulate, lie, and use any excuse to re-enter your life. But this time, you are not the same. This time you are awake, you are strong, you are protected. You will not allow them to use you as a target for their venom again. This time you decide, you set the limits, you say who stays and who goes. And they, those three women full of rage disguised as a smile, no longer have a place in your story, because divine justice has already put them in their place. Because what you did not say, heaven has already shouted. It is not your job to take revenge. You do not have to get your hands dirty or waste your energy on empty confrontations. Vengeance is not yours to take, nor do you need it, because the punishment is already underway, and this time there is no escape. Archangel Michael has spoken, he has passed sentence, and his word is not broken. Everything they did, every word they spoke with hatred, every look full of envy, every attempt to sabotage you is now weighing on them. Their days of manipulating and pretending are ending. You, on the other hand, will continue to grow. You will continue to shine. You will continue to reap the fruits you sowed with love and faith, because no one can stop someone who walks with light. And when they see you succeed, when they watch you from afar and see that nothing could stop you, that neither their magic nor their words could tarnish your path, it will be then that they will understand that they made the worst mistake by messing with someone who was never alone, because you have always been protected, surrounded by angels, covered by a superior force that is not seen, but is felt. That force is what lifted you up when they wanted to see you on the ground. That energy is what is pushing you to be reborn, and now, when everything seemed dark, the universe is turning on the brightest light for you. Do not fear. Do not doubt. Evil never has the last word. Declare it with strength from the depths of your soul. If God is with me, who can be against me? And believe it, because the best of your life is about to begin. There are doors that will open on their own. There are paths that will clear without you having to force anything. And there are blessings that will come so great that you yourself will not believe it. The warlock who received your photo could not handle the energy he felt. As soon as he saw it, something inside him broke. He felt an impact in his chest, as if a superior force stopped him in his tracks. It wasn't fear of you, it was respect. It was fear of what was behind you. He saw the clear image of Archangel Michael, firm, vigilant, protecting you with a sword of fire. He felt he was crossing a line he should not cross, and for the first time, he was paralyzed. He knew he could not continue, that if he touched your energy, something very bad would happen to him. So he made a decision that changed everything. He returned the money, broke the agreement, and called those who had hired him to warn them. He told them he would not do it, that it was playing with death, that what they were planning was spiritual suicide. And right there, in that instant, the return of your peace began. Now those three women are nervous. They don't admit it, but they feel it. The energy is turning against them. Every night they sleep less. Every day they feel more lost. They have started to argue among themselves, to suspect each other, because they know that things are no longer going as they expected. And it's because they meddled where they shouldn't have. They are three vipers, three serpents, disguised as friends, as family, as people close to you. Every word they used to destroy you is now crushing them. Every lie they invented now chokes them. And you, meanwhile, are waking up with a strength you had never felt before. You are emerging from a storm that seemed to have no end. You have been through moments so dark that you thought you would not get out, But here you are, standing firmer than ever. Something inside you has changed. There is a new energy running through your veins, a clarity, a certainty, an inner voice telling you that everything is beginning to make sense. You are letting go of the past, you are leaving behind what hurt, and although there are still scars, those wounds no longer bleed. Now they are signs that you survived, that you were stronger than everything they tried. This is your season of rebirth, and no one is going to take away what is coming. No one is going to stop the blessings that are already on their way. Everything you lost, you will recover, but this time bigger, purer, and more real. Because what is built after pain is sustained by faith, and you have faith to spare. That is why you will achieve everything you set your mind to, because you are no longer alone, because now you know who you are, because you no longer allow anyone to dim your light, because the universe is with you, because God has already decided that it is your turn to shine. Those women who used to laugh in silence, believing they had you defeated, now cannot sleep peacefully. Something inside them is breaking, and although they don't say it, they feel it. They know something is wrong. Everything is slipping through their fingers, their plans are failing, friends are distancing themselves, and a strange feeling follows them everywhere. And it's because you can't play with the energy of a protected person. You can't touch someone who is surrounded by light without paying the price. What they threw at you has returned with more force. Every word they said, every lie, every attempt to harm you, now weighs on them like a burden they cannot release. And it is no coincidence, it is divine justice, the kind that is not announced but always arrives. You, on the other hand, are being reborn. You are rising with a different energy, with a different strength, with a wiser heart and a firmer soul. The wounds are still there, yes, but they no longer hurt as before, because now you know that everything you lived through was not to destroy you, but to form you, to awaken your true power. Everything they stole from you, the love they denied you, the opportunities they blocked, is now coming back, and not in just any way, but multiplied, elevated, purer. You have cleared your paths, and now the universe is beginning to return everything that is yours. What once seemed impossible is now beginning to move, and you feel it in your soul. This new stage is yours. Peace is coming, abundance is coming, love is coming, and no one will be able to stop what is already written for you. But there is something more, something you can't help but feel. That person you have loved with all your soul, the one who sometimes seems so far away, but who deep down you know also thinks of you, is going through their own storm. They did not choose to be away from you. There is something that pushed them, that confused them, that trapped them. They are surrounded by people who manipulate them, who play with their emotions, who have filled their head with doubts and their heart with fears. But their soul does not lie, because every time they think of you, something inside them stirs like an alarm that won't turn off, because the love they feel for you is real. Even if it is hidden, even if they have denied it, there is something that calls them to your side. And even if they don't say it, they feel it. You have fought for that love. You have cried, you have prayed. You have asked heaven to protect them, to show them the truth. And although it has been difficult, although it has hurt, you never stopped believing. Because when love is real, no distance can extinguish it. No witchcraft can cut it. No third parties can steal what was born with a purpose. Divine justice is already in motion. And that person who got in the middle of you, who used lies and dark energy to separate you, will soon see how everything crumbles, because nothing built on deceit lasts forever. They did everything to see you fall. They thought they could take away your love, your peace, your dreams. But everything they did only pushed you to awaken, to strengthen yourself, to look up with more faith. Even the warlock who had agreed to harm you in the end acknowledged that he couldn't, that there was a much greater force watching over you, that what you had could not be touched. And that is why he changed sides, why he repented, why he returned the money and broke the pact. Because there are souls that, even though they have walked in darkness, when they see true light, they cannot ignore it. And you have always been that light. Although sometimes you feel that you are not seeing results, that your talent is stagnant, that love has not yet arrived, or that things are still not moving, believe me, everything is advancing. Everything is falling into place. God has already heard your cry. The universe has already understood your pain. And now it is working in silence to give you back what is yours. That person you love is going to wake up. They will feel with clarity what they always knew, that you were their home, their peace, their truth. And although they may seem confused now, although you may see them as distant or in another relationship, the connection you have has not been broken. It is on pause. But the truth does not hide forever. The time will come when he or she will open their eyes, and when that happens, they will see who was manipulating them. They will feel guilt for having distanced themselves. They will want to return. And you, who have been through so much, who have endured so much, will decide if that return is part of your path or if it was simply a lesson for your evolution. But what is certain is that you are no longer the same. Now you know your worth. Now you know what you deserve, and you will not settle for less. This story does not end in defeat, it ends in victory. Because what they have done to you only served to show the world how strong you are. Because what they took from you returns with more force. Because true love always finds a way. And because you, woman of light, are destined to shine, to heal, to love, but above all to be happy. And no one can prevent that. And now that destiny has brought him back into your life, it is no coincidence. None of this is a coincidence. Everything you lived through, every tear, every night you thought you couldn't go on, was the ground where this new stage was sown. The negative energy they tried to put on you, the spells, the blockages, it's all falling apart, as if the universe had said enough, as if a greater force had decided it was time for justice to be done. And in the midst of that storm, there you are, stronger, more aware, more prepared. You are being reborn, and with that rebirth comes what you have waited for so long, the love you deserve. That love that is not casual, that you don't find every day. That love that the universe does not want you to lose again. Because this time, it will be different. This time, it is not about going back to the past, but about creating a future. The universe is clearing the path so that you both can start over, but from a different place, from maturity, from truth. He is no longer the same, and neither are you. You have changed. You have learned to value yourself, to protect your energy, to say no when something does not resonate with your soul. And that is what makes this story make sense. You are not going back to the same thing. You are walking towards something higher, more sacred. He has felt your absence like a fire in his soul. He has had dreams about you, signs, memories that appear when he least expects it. There are nights when he can only close his eyes and see you. He feels your energy as if you were still by his side. He wonders if you still think of him, if there is a chance, if destiny still has a store for them. And the answer is yes, because when love is true, when the soul recognizes its other half, it doesn't matter the time, it doesn't matter the mistakes. There is always a way to come back. But this time they will not return from pain, but from healing. This time they will be two people who have learned to love from the soul, not from need. Because real love is not possession. It is companionship. It is not dependence. It is freedom. And you, who have grown so much, who have healed wounds you did not deserve, are you ready to receive this love without fear, without doubt, without carrying the shadows of the past? You love made a pact with the universe. He did it in silence, but with all the strength of his heart. He promised that if you ever crossed his path again, he would not let you go. That if destiny gave him a sign, just one, he would bet everything. And that sign has arrived. He is feeling in his heart that it is now or never, that this time he cannot fail, that this time he has to fight with his soul, that this time he is going to build with you, not lose you. Because he has understood that you are not just anyone, that your love is not found twice. You are and always will be his greatest blessing. And although there are people who still want to separate you, although envy still tries to creep through the cracks, they will not be able to, because the love that has been rebuilt from pain is stronger than any attack. Divine justice has not only protected you, it has also prepared the perfect stage for this story to have a new. Everything is aligning. What seemed impossible is opening up like a flower after the storm. You will feel it. You will see it in small details, in messages, in unexpected encounters, in that feeling that something big is about to happen. Do not doubt anymore. Do not think you lost him. Do not believe that everything was in vain. The universe does not play with feelings. The universe would not make you love intensely only to leave you empty. Everything you went through was to bring you to this point with the wisdom necessary to receive this love, as you deserve, without fears, without doubts, without carrying guilt that does not belong to you. It is time to open your heart, but from self-love, from the certainty that this time is different, that everything that is coming is blessed. Always remember, true love never breaks, it only transforms, it strengthens, it waits. And you have waited with an open soul. You have loved in silence. You have trusted when everything seemed lost. That is why the reward will be great, because you gave everything without conditions, because you did not give up when everything told you to. And now heaven tells you, prepare yourself, because what is yours is already on its way. Because that love has already understood the value of your presence, your gaze, your voice, your company. Because you were his hardest lesson and his most beautiful truth. This is your moment. Do not hide your light again. Do not lock yourself away out of fear. Do not close your heart because of old wounds. What is coming is not the same. What is coming is real. The universe has decided to reward you, not by luck, but by merit. Because you have walked with faith, with love, with hope. And now it is your turn to receive. It is your turn to live the story you dreamed of for so long. And this time it will be the center, with your soul shining. And with your love being reciprocated as you have always deserved. He is willing to face everything, what people will say, the malicious looks, the criticism, and even the dark energies that once allowed them to be separated. He does not want to make the same mistakes again. He does not want fear to stop him again. He knows that there are people out there who still wish to see you apart, who feel uncomfortable with your love because it shines too brightly, because it is real, because it is stronger than any negative energy. But he no longer wants to listen. He no longer wants to hide or lie to himself. He wants to show you with actions, with presence, with dedication that what he has with you is real, that no matter how many times he has failed, before he is here now standing ready to prove that he has learned, that he has healed, that he has come back to love you as you deserve. And although he watches you in silence, although he has not yet dared to take the first step, his heart beats faster every time he thinks of you. He dreams of you, imagines you, relives moments that marked him. He repeats your words, your gestures, over and over again. He has not been able to get you out of his mind. He has not been able to fill that void with anything else. And it's not out of whim or guilt, it's because his soul knows that you are that love that is not found twice. He does not need to look any further because he has already understood it. You are his destiny. And that scares him as much as it excites him. He feels fear because he knows he lost you. Because it was he who let go of your hand when you needed him most. It was he who doubted, who allowed darkness to envelop him, who believed those who only wanted to separate you. And that hurts him deeply because he sees you now, so different, so strong, so complete, that he doesn't know if he is still worthy of your love. He has thought many times about approaching you, about writing to you, about looking for you, but he stops because he feels that maybe it is too late, that maybe you no longer want him, that there is no longer a place for him in your new life. But at the same time, something inside him screams at him not to give up, to fight, to try, that he can still recover what was once his if he dares to show that he is no longer the same. And it's true. You have changed, you have grown, you have healed. You have rebuilt your world from the ruins. You are no longer that woman who waited for him to return. You are a woman who found herself, who learned to set boundaries, who understood that self-love comes first. But you also know that your heart still holds a spark for him, not from need, but from connection. From that love that did not die, that only hid so as not to continue hurting. Because you also thought about him many times. You also dreamed of that reunion. You also wondered if he would one day see all that you were worth. And now life is giving you that possibility. But it will not be like before. This time it will be different. This time it will be from truth, from respect, from real dedication. He carries guilt that he has not told you about, guilt that wakes him up in the middle of the night, that makes him close his eyes and repeat, "How did I let her go?" It wasn't that he didn't love you, it was that he didn't know how to handle what he felt. It was that he let himself be confused, that he listened to the wrong voices, and when he wanted to come back, he felt that you had already built a wall impossible to cross. But now he has understood that it is not about climbing that wall, but about deserving for you to lower it by your own decision, about earning back every part of you with patience, with truth, with love. He knows that words are not enough, that being sorry is not enough. That is why he wants to prove it. Because what he desires most is not just to come back to you, it is to stay, and to stay for real. You, for your part, have all the power in your hand. You are no longer the one who waits in silence, the one who cries in the shadows. Now you are the one who decides, the one who deserves a brave love, without excuses, without fear, without third parties getting in the way. A love where you can be yourself without hiding your light. And although a part of you still holds wounds, another part feels that something is changing. That destiny is preparing the perfect stage for that pending conversation, that explanation that never came, that hug you longed for so much to finally happen. He knows he must risk everything, that if he doesn't do it now, he could lose you forever. And that is why he is preparing himself, because he does not want to fail you again, because this time he wants to build a real story with you, one of those that are not broken by rumors or fear. The universe, which has heard both your tears and his prayers, is acting. It is moving pieces. It is clearing energies. It is tearing down what separated you and building a bridge for you to meet again. It will be a different reunion. It will not be perfect, true. It will come with tears, with forgiveness, with truths that used to hurt, but now liberate. And you will decide if you want to walk that new path, if you feel there is still something to be written, and if he manages to look you in the eyes and feel that you are still there, will know that it was all worth it. Because you are his destiny, and this time he is not going to let you go. So trust, not in him, not yet. Trust in yourself and in your intuition, in that inner voice that knows when love is real. Trust that the universe is not putting you through all this just to end up empty. If this story returns to your life, it will not be by chance. It will be because it is destined to close with love, with light, with a new opportunity. And if you decide to open your heart, let it be for you, because you deserve it, because you earned it, because loving with the soul is always worth it when it comes to someone who learned to value you after losing you. All that pain you carry in your soul, all those moments when you felt alone, broken, misunderstood, now make sense. They were not punishments, they were tests. They were not losses, they were lessons, because everything you went through was preparing you for this moment. The time of struggle is over. The universe has already decided that it is your turn to receive, that your heart has waited long enough. What you once felt was distant now begins to take shape. Everything you gave with your soul, without conditions, without expecting anything in return, will come back to you, multiplied. Because divine justice does not arrive when you want it to, it arrives when it is the perfect moment. And that moment is already here. Every tear you shed in silence was heard. Every prayer you made from the depths of your heart was received. And although many times you thought that no one was listening to you, that heaven had forgotten about you, the truth is that they were working behind the scenes, preparing every detail, every step, so that today you are exactly where you should be, on the threshold of your new life, a life where there will be no more unjust suffering, where you will not have to bear burdens that do not belong to you, a life in which you will finally feel loved as you deserve, recognized for who you are, valued for everything you gave. The forces that once rose against you have begun to fall, one by one. They no longer have power over you because your energy has changed, your light has grown, and now you are untouchable. Every time they tried to harm you, you became stronger. Every evil thought they threw at you turned into faith, courage, and power. You are living proof that nothing can destroy what is blessed, and what once seemed like a war now becomes peace because you have won.